The war in Zechariah 14 must happen before the Ezekiel war, because Zechariah 14 is the event that creates the specific, defenseless environment that the Ezekiel invasion requires. In our current world history, Israel is a land defined by intense security and massive walls. However, the Septuagint describes the people in the Ezekiel war as living in a land restored from the sword where they dwell in unwalled villages. For Israel to reach a state where they feel so safe they can tear down their defenses, the global entry war of Zechariah 14 must have already taken place to establish the king's authority. The connection to the end of history is made clear in the New Testament. Revelation 23:8 is the only New Testament event that explicitly identifies the rebelling nations as the Gog and the Magog, directly linking it to the detailed prophecy of Ezekiel 38. This identification places the Ezekiel war at the very end of the Messianic kingdom, during the short season after the 1,000 years of peace. Since Zechariah 14 is the event that starts that kingdom, it must come long before the final uprising mentioned in Revelation and Ezekiel. In Zechariah 14, Jerusalem is attacked and vulnerable, but the conflict ends with the king physically arriving and taking control of the entire earth. This event launches the Messianic kingdom, a time of total security where King Jesus, Yeshua himself, is the protection. It is only during this period that the people of Israel would logically remove their walls and gates. They are no longer relying on stone and iron because the sovereign is ruling from their midst. By placing Zechariah 14 first, the timeline follows a logical progression. First, Zechariah 14 occurs to destroy the old world and set up the king's rule. Second, the Messianic kingdom follows, providing a deep peace where Israel lives without walls or gates. Finally, the Ezekiel war occurs as the final rebellion of the Gog and the Magog at the end of the 1,000 years.